The topic that I chose to write about that I feel needs changed is unpaid maternity leave in the United States. The reason I chose this topic is because it was very important to me. I've seen situations and I've been in the situation of not having paid maternity leave. My situation, I was hospitalized earlier in my pregnancy than I was supposed to be, which caused me to take maternity leave earlier than when I was prepared. I also did not have paid maternity leave. My job did not offer it. So I had to also save all my money from working and hope that my husband's income and the income that I saved up was enough for me to even take off 6 weeks. With that being said, because I was hospitalized early, I also delivered early, which meant my maternity leave went longer than it was supposed to be. For us, that made a very big struggle. So, in my opinion, I think this is a very big topic that needs to be changed and fixed immediately. I know I'm not the only one, and there's plenty of other mothers and families out there who are struggling just as hard as I did when I was in that situation. The first topic I'm going to talk about is financial struggles. This is a big reason why we need paid maternity leave in the United States. There are so many people out there who have gone into debt, who have had to take on second jobs. Maybe their spouse had to take on a second job. There's people out there who had to put off paying their house payments, buying food, buying the necessities they need, and all of this on top of having a newborn baby. And if you didn't know, about the average amount for a family of 3 to survive, even on a monthly basis, they spend probably about $6,000 to $7,000 a month, which is a lot. And if you don't have that second income when you're used to having that second income, it's a big change. So that is a big problem we have with unpaid maternity leave. People aren't prepared and don't have the money to just live off one income, if they even have a second income to live off of. My next topic I'm going to talk about is having access to paid maternity leave. Not everyone does. There are big companies out there who give you paid maternity leave, which is awesome. However, the United States is not mandatory to give paid maternity leave, which it should be. There are families out there who cannot live off the incomes they have now, let alone losing their job and not having that income while they're, recovering from a new baby. The income isn't even the biggest part, because there are people out there who might not even have a spouse. And so they're not only doing the income alone, but when they have to take off that time to have a baby, they don't have anyone else to lean on. So having access to paid maternity leave, whether or not they take it or whether they do or not, there's some kind of feeling when you have access to something that gives you comfort. And this comfort can help save people's lives in many ways. Like I said, access to paid maternity leave is very limited in the United States. There's about 23% amount of people in private companies that do have access to paid maternity leave. The rest of us do not. My next topic I'm going to talk about is, why do we need paid maternity leave? Like, what are the reasons paid maternity leave or maternity leave is needed? A few of the topics are physical and mental health. When you have a baby, there are a lot of things that your body goes through, mentally and physically, and those all require you to recover. When you have a baby mentally, your hormones are crazy. That means you can have postpartum depression. That means you could have, all these other things that mess with your mind. And when I say mind, it can go as far as being unstable. And that is dangerous for everybody else. Physically, you go through pushing a baby out. It is very hard and it hurts. So you have to recover from that. Needless to say, we need to offer some sort of paid maternity leave for people who don't have it. They need it. There's people out there who can't live off what we have now. And if we're asking people to live off, just the little bit they have, it's not going to work. You treat your employees well, they're going to act well in their job. We need to find a way to get them some sort of maternity leave paid, whether it's 6 weeks or 12 weeks. They need it, or else they will not survive. And that is the end.